why, as a man, you need to learn how to fight and why it's important, okay? Because as a man, the thing about fighting is this is a skill that every man should learn, okay? Doesn't mean that you have to become some professional MMA fighter or some, 6-degree black belt in martial arts or anything like that. Okay, it just means that you want to learn enough to where you feel comfortable that you could protect yourself in a life or death situation. Okay, if I had a son myself, I would teach him how to fight. I took martial arts for almost a decade growing up. Got my first degree black belt when I turned 16, and I continued to take martial arts. I never got my second degree because I felt pretty comfortable. I felt like I was winning a lot of these tournaments. I was winning a lot of trophies. I got really good at kumite. I love kumite. I was always bored with kata. You guys have done martial arts. I know I was supposed to do kata, but I mean, I just wanted to get to the kumite, right? I love sparring. I love sparring. I mean, even to this day, I mean, I just love to just throw kicks and punches on the bag, or it makes me feel like kind of like calling up some of my old classmates and getting a session with them because it's fun. Right? It's fun. It's great exercise. You feel good about yourself. It's it keeps your body active. I mean, all the stretching and everything else. Yeah, I prefer doing like sparring and kumite to running on a treadmill. I mean, it's just an active sport, right? However, every man should partake in some sort of self-defense, whether it's karate or learning a little bit of MMA or boxing, something, right? Preferably a mixture of all would be good because, yeah, I mean, now I'm seeing like videos of like karate masters getting their asses kicked by, MMA street fighters and all this, right? So I think a little bit of each is good, at least to just educate yourself enough to where if you're in a situation, some basic moves, right? Some basic moves where you could protect yourself and you can protect the person you're with, your girlfriend, your kids, whoever, in case somebody breaks into your house or in case you're in a life-threatening situation, which is the only time you should get physical with anybody, right? You should not get into physical altercations with people unless it's absolutely necessary. They've left you no other choice and your life is at stake. Other than that, it's not worth it, right? You don't want to go through the court systems. You don't want to have a record. You don't want this dude, suing you because you knocked his teeth out. It's just not worth it, right? You have to control your emotions. However, with that said, learning how to fight, knowing that you could protect yourself if need be, doesn't mean you could beat up the whole world, by the way, right? It doesn't mean that you can't get your ass kicked every once in a while. No, it doesn't mean that at all. Just the fact that if you needed to, you have some self-defense skills where you can protect yourself if necessary, right? You want to get to that point because you'll feel more confident, right? It will give you more confidence as a man. You'll feel stronger, right? You'll feel more brave. You'll feel more courageous, even more adventurous, right? To do other things that you may not have wanted to do in the past, or where you might have had some social anxiety. I mean, you'll be a lot more confident with women, for sure, right? Knowing that like you're this strong, tough dude, right? Again, that doesn't mean you could beat up the world, right? You will lose fights if you try to beat up the world. I mean, there are other guys there. There's always somebody who's better fighter, tougher, stronger, you name it, right? And you never know who that person is. Sometimes that good person could be smaller than you, right? And you underestimate them, they kick your ass. You see a lot of these viral videos on YouTube where, the more intimidating, bigger fighter was, he was going up against this like tiny guy and thought he had the match won, and then the tiny guy kicks his ass, right? So you never know who you're dealing with, which is another reason you don't want to fight, in real life unless you have to. But knowing you have the skill to protect yourself, knowing that if you needed to, you could defend yourself it's just invaluable, okay? It's invaluable skill. I don't really, practice kumite and sparring like I used to back in the day. I think my teenage self would give me definitely a run for the money these days. However, I'm a lot more knowledgeable how to take somebody down, how to disable somebody if I need to. how to, how to put someone on the floor without harming them than I did back then. Back then, I was all about punches and kicks because I was going to tournaments and I just wanted to score points. But in real life, you're not trying to score points. You're trying to protect yourself, right? You're trying to keep yourself from getting killed, and you're trying to de-escalate the situation, right? And I'm in a lot of bars, a lot of venues. I do pick up constantly. I take students out constantly. I'm constantly in these very emotionally charged situations where a guy might get angry or pissed off that I accidentally tried to pick up his sister or his ex-girlfriend or his fiance or something like that, and it's totally harmless. And then the guy like gets in your face, and I'm always ready. I always de-escalate. I never escalate. I've done videos on this where I always de-escalate the situation. And I take the authority figure role, kind of like the father figure, big brother role, to de-escalate the situation. So I never let it go further than that. However, even when I'm de-escalating, I'm in a position. I put my feet in a position and my body in a position to defend myself. Right? I put myself in a position where, if I need to, I can disable this guy, or I'm going to try to put him on the floor. Right? I mean, again, you don't know who you're dealing with. What if the guy's like a professional wrestler? It's like flips me. I don't know, but I know enough to what I can do. Just based on my own experience, based on my own training, what I can do. Right? Maybe he's better. Don't know that, but I know I can at least attempt to protect myself if I need to. Right? And I've done that on many occasions. Unfortunately, I had to do that. But again, you try to avoid as much as possible. And I'm still in one piece. A lot of it is mental warfare, by the way, psychological warfare. Again, taking the authority figure role over that person and controlling the frame, which is very important, right? Pickup artistry. You're controlling the frame, getting him to basically adhere to your reality and submit to your request, rather than the other way around where he's controlling the situation. No, you have to be in control of the situation. Let him know, like, hey, no, knock this off, right? This ends here. However, just knowing if you needed to, if it came to blows and you had no other choice, and you had to protect yourself, you could, right? You could. So this is why it's important for guys to just learn how to fight, right? It's like pickup, right? You don't need to become a master pickup artist and, do this for the next 3 decades of your life or anything like that and take guys out around the world. No, you don't need to do that. It's like you need to learn enough to just walk up to a girl and talk to her and not act like a social retard, right? Maybe get a phone number, maybe bounce her to a different location, get her on a date, things like that. You don't need to become some crazy master or anything like that with a YouTube channel, right? So, when it comes to fighting, it's the same thing. You don't need to become Mike Tyson. You don't need to become, Jean-Claude Van Damme or any UFC fighter or anything like that. You just need to learn enough to where you feel confident in yourself. Like, hey, I know how to throw a proper punch, right? I know how to throw a proper punch, and I think I'll do some self-defense videos in the near future where, I'll film it in my garage and get the actual dummy out, the Century dummy. I think I still have that in my storage, right? And I'll teach you how to throw a proper punch, a proper kick. A lot of people will like throw a punch, and I've seen guys do this. Like they throw a punch and they tuck their thumb in their fingers, which is a terrible way to throw a punch. By the way, you're gonna break your thumb. Your thumb needs to be out here, and it needs to be at this angle, and really what you're punching with are the first 2 knuckles up here when you throw your punch, at least in martial arts, right? We used to do a little wind up and then you throw your punch like that. I mean, in reality, if you're in a real fight, you're not going to be like, hold on, stay there, opponent, yeah, right? It's not going to happen like that. You're just going to try to disable this person, right? And in being in as many tense situations as I've been in a lot of these venues, and just angry dudes because I picked up somebody they knew, or they were just mad at me because I was picking up girls and they were, they weren't, and they were too much of a pussy to do it. They come in my face and whatever. And I've had fights in the past. Really just throwing a fist punch, especially against a much bigger guy, is not going to do a whole lot of damage, especially if you like try to punch him, somewhere where he's solid. He's just going to laugh, like Drago. He's been like, do it again, do it again. Yeah, it's not going to work. So, you know, in those situations, and that's more advanced, that's when you throw an elbow. You know, because your elbows and your knees are the strongest part, you know, and the fiercest part and most dangerous part of your body where you can really hurt somebody. So, and I don't recommend doing any of that, by the way. Everything's about de-escalation, right? I don't want you guys getting in fights out there. However, we'll cover this more in a future coaching video, but for now, you should think about taking some martial arts classes, watch some videos on YouTube, just basic self-defense. We'll get into it more here on the channel. If you want to wait, I will be happy to teach you what I know. Again, I'm no master, you know, 8th degree friggin' karate master or anything like that, but 1st degree black belt. I pretty much trained my entire life. I know how to defend myself. I'm still here, still in one piece, no scars, so that's good. But a lot of it comes from de-escalation, right? But this, you know, what I'm going to teach you in those videos aren't going to be about de-escalating. It's going to be about physical contact in case you need to defend yourself, or if the person puts their hands on you, what to do if the person like actually physically touches you. You know, so we'll get into that in a future coaching video. Until now, just drop your comments below. Let me know if you've trained in anything, boxing, martial arts, MMA, wrestling, or all of the above, what you feel is most effective. Judo, drop your comments below. Aikido, what you like, what you prefer. If you've been in street fights, what works best for you, help other guys out. Drop your comments below, and I'll see you there in my comments. Until next time. So I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is Matt Cross from AlphaMaleSecrets, signing out from my garage with my DeLorean over here in the background. Beautiful car. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Go ahead and smash it right now. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it. Why? So that you get notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. Okay, so hit the notification bell as well. Otherwise, you will not be notified when I upload brand new coaching videos fresh to my channel. So make sure you're notified as well. And also, please make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. So make sure you subscribe as well. Okay, because it helps not just the channel out, but it helps out other men. Because the more people who subscribe to the channel, the more men we reach, right? And God knows men need this type of knowledge. Right? And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I am teaching you even further, the best way to do that is by becoming a premium subscriber of my premium AlphaMaleSecrets channel, which I am hosting on a private platform away from YouTube. And the reason I'm doing that is to protect my content from YouTube in the event they try to shut us down one day, right? All of my premium AlphaMaleSecrets lessons will be protected. Why? Because I'm paying for this platform and it's encrypted. So nobody can take us down, right? It's a private encrypted platform where all of my AlphaMaleSecrets coaching videos will remain forever. So if you want to support my work, that's the best way to do it, by becoming a premium subscriber of my premium AlphaMaleSecrets channel. And right now it's only $1 for the entire first month of premium AlphaMaleSecrets content from me. And it's real easy to sign up. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.